style MBR GPT. What is MBR? What is GPT? MBR master boot record, GPT GUID partition table. MBR 4 primary partitions, 3 primary and 1 extended partition we can able to create it. In extended we can create number of logical drives we can able to create it. Okay, so maximum each partition size support 2 terabytes only. Okay, next GPT 128 primary partitions we can create it. No extended, no logical partitions we can create it. Okay, maximum support is more than 2 terabytes. It meaning is almost like a 18 EB support is there. See, that is 1 point. Okay, next disk types. So when you insert a disk can be a basic disk or dynamic disk. Generally, all hard disks are a basic disk only. Okay, so basic disk only for creating simple partitions and for installing operating system kind of stuff. Okay, dynamic disk to combine one or two or more disks, we need a dynamic disk. So we can convert basic disk to dynamic disk to create a volumes like a spanned volume, stripped volume, mirror volume, write-file volumes. Okay, like that. So we want to combine the 2 or more disks to become a single volume. So that time, so the disk must be a dynamic disk. You can convert basic to dynamic disk. So this is an important point to note for ourselves. Don't convert basic disk to dynamic disk. Okay, if you convert, you don't lose data, but you want to reconvert it back from the basic to dynamic. So you have to delete entire part. That's why we do it. So that is a disk types. And different file systems are there. FAT, NTFS, REFS, EXFAT, ext3, ext4, NFS, CFS. Anything is FS is like a file system type it is now. Okay, FAT, file allocation table. FAT partitions, boulder 4 GB, FAT 32 type is support up to 32 GB. Nowadays, we are not using FAT file system for computers, laptops or desktop, Windows operating system. We don't use FAT. We use only NTFS. Okay, FATs we are using for memory cards, pen drives. Okay, that kind of stuff. But nowadays we are getting a memory cards and pen drives more than 32 GB. So better go for a EXFAT for your memory cards. Okay. Next, again, new technology file system, NTFS. NTFS has features compared to FAT, disk quota, compression, encryption, index, and security. Okay, and next file system is resilient file system. Resilient file system is like it won't let data is corrupted. So it will repair the data. So if it is corrupted also, it is use an algorithm called CRC, cyclic redundancy check algorithm. So it create a data, so then it will verify whether data is in good condition or corrupted. Okay, this is mainly for if you require a resiliency of a data, so then we use REFS. But REFS don't give NTFS features. Okay. EXFAT now only adjusted, so that's the thing. Linux use ext2, ext3, ext4. Currently ext4 file system you're using. Also XFS file system is also there in the Linux. In a network, while you are sharing the files, there's a different file system you will use it, NFS, CFS kind of stuff. Okay. For a devices, storage devices also having a different type of file system. For example, DVD, universal disk format, CD, HSFS or CDFS, like that. Next, different devices like a hard disk, SSD, CD, DVD, Blu-ray, DAT or DDS. Okay, external hard disk, pen drives, memory cards, eMCC cards, PCMICA cards. These are all storage devices. These are all storage devices. We use regularly hard disk. For faster, we use SSDs kind of stuff also. Okay. So CD means compact disk. Size is 700 MB, and DVD is digital video drive kind of stuff. And Blu-ray is a higher space there. But when Blu-ray is introduced into the market, and it is very less popular into the public. Of course, we are using Blu-rays. For example, you buy a game, game CDs. For example, PS4 game CD. Like you want to buy a game CD, for example, Amazon.in. Okay, so these are different games. So for example, you want to buy this game. Okay, you will get the game in the form of CD only. The CD is a Blu-ray CD. Okay, so CD I'm telling just for a normally, but the size of the data, so the size in this data is 3 great games, 1 great price. Yeah, very good. It is very less price, but still there is a doubt. Okay, so the size, the content is very high. Okay, like a 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB data is there. So normal CD DVD cannot fit into that one. So compulsory you have to use. They have to use Blu-ray disc. Okay, so that is the point here. Not to say. So huge amount of data you can able to store it. Okay, so magnetic tapes usually for a backup purpose. If you have a CC cam, okay, CC camera, closed circuit cameras, recordings you can store there. Normal regular data also you can able to store in that one for a backup purpose. Cheaper solution. Last time means yesterday I told about a block storage and file storage. I compare with Amazon storage, right? S3 bucket and EBS, elastic block storage kind of stuff. This is also there. Magnetic tapes also there for backup. Anybody guess? Remember? AWS services. What is this Glacier?
Storage service, sir.
And where you store the data. It is not given, but it is also store the data. Like you want to store your backup data into magnetic tapes, it is the service Glacier service store the data into magnetic tapes only because it's a very cheaper compared to store backup into the hard disk. Okay, so it is a sequential memory. Sequential memory. Like you can't pick up one particular backup from it. So just you have to use date and times on it. So then you can able to access. So other things are like a pen drives, memory cards. These are all storage devices. That's it. Next one is the disk types. SATA disk, PATA disk are there. Currently we are using SATA type of disk only. Okay. So PATA means parallel advanced technology attachment. SATA serial advanced technology attachment. So PATA is interface having a 40 pin connector. It's a ribbon type of cable. One cable we can connect it to disk drives. Two, and next serial ATA. It is a simple serial connector. Okay, it's a simple cable only. One cable, one device. You can able to connect it. 7-pin connector. SATA is a faster than PATA. SATA 3 is a 6 Gbps data transmission speed is there. Okay. Next one is Scuzzy. Scuzzy type of disk. So Scuzzy disk are faster than a normal regular SATA hard disk. Scuzzy we use in an enterprise related only. So we connect to our server directly with the interface card. Okay. So different type of devices we can connect it. It is hot swappable. Multiple devices we can able to connect it. Okay. It is faster than normal SSD, of course. Large big hard disk also will get it in a Scuzzy hard disk. Okay, it is for an enterprise related purpose only. Different devices like a Scuzzy hard disk, Scuzzy CD-ROM, Scuzzy printer, Scuzzy scanners are there. Scuzzy is a hot swappable, means we can connect or disconnect the devices while system is running. So I put a even when system is running, also you can use while system is running. Okay. This is not a, guys, these are all not a definitions. Okay, so you can change it without changing the meaning of it. Okay, so you don't change the meaning, but you can change the sentence. Okay, so cold swappable, you cannot attach or detach devices when system is while system is running. So compulsory shut down the computer and we can able to change it. So that's the examples I given here. Next, SCSI is basically attached to a server motherboard with the interface. Next, and the connectors, we use a parallel type of connectors in the olden days. Now, the SCSI we are getting with a serial attached SCSI there. Not parallel bus, it is serial connector is there like a SATA connector. Okay, so mostly we use this kind of stuff in iSCSI modules. The type of disk is SAS, serial attached SCSI disk. Next, finally, it is iSCSI is just a storage bay. We can able to connect directly to the network, so no need to depend upon any dedicated servers. Next, solid state drives. What is solid state drives? It is nothing but a NAND memory, non-volatile memory type. Okay, it's like a hard disk. We don't have any platters or a header or like that. That kind of parts are not there. It is a purely a circuit board. It is costlier than normal hard disk, but faster than normal hard disk. Lightweight, small size, less power consumption, more easy to carry. Okay, like that. So suitable for a store operating system applications, not for use files or a data, regular data files, not suitable. Why? Because of it is costly. Faster booting and application loading is another advantage. So there is a SSDs currently in the market. We have a two type of SSDs. We can see SSD SATA type, NVMe M.2 type is there. So if you want to go for a SSD, this is the faster than normal SSD also. Okay, so this is up to here. So what we discussed again. So partition style MBR GPT, basic disk, dynamic disk, FAT, NTFS, and other file systems, different type of devices, different type of disk we discussed. Now we'll go to the storage type. DAS, SAN, NAS, directly attached storage, network attached storage, storage area network. DAS is like a internal hard disk type. DAS is like a internal hard disk type only. You're attached to your system directly. That is direct attached storage. Your SCSI disk, SSDs, internal SSDs, all are comes under DAS only. DAS is usually for store operating system and application. It is not a centralized or not a enterprise. Next, NAS is a centralized storage. We store the files in the form of network shares. We access the data through the network shares only. It is easy to configure, not an enterprise solution. Slower response time or a slower access time is compared to SAN, and cheaper than SAN. And we use different sharing protocols like NFS and CAFS. Network file system, common internet file system, Samba services, SMB services. it is used through Ethernet only, normal regular network only. You can able to use it. It is a file level storage type. File level storage type. SAN, centralized storage. Enterprise solution, costlier than NAS, complex, needs special skills. You need a special applications like a Dell EMC, Dell EMC, NetApp kind of stuff. Okay. FCRI Scuzzy type of protocols we use to connect devices. It is redundant and highly available services. It means so we use a mesh type of kind of stuff, like each device is connected to another devices, and its storage replica is there, like what are the data stored in the one storage, so same data stores in a other storage bay also. So if any of the thing is failure, like a file server or maybe your switch or maybe storage bay, if any of the device is failure, still client will get data, client can able to access the data. So there is a few more words are there. FC like a fiber optical channel. FCOE is a fiber optical channel over Ethernet. What is this over Ethernet means? So entire SAN data is transmitting through fiber channels only, and including you connect your servers to your fiber cables only. To connect it, we use an adapter called a host bus adapter, HBA adapter, host bus adapter. LUNs, logical unit numbers, LUNs. We create a LUNs in the SAN storages and assign to client, means assign to the other devices like a client devices or a servers. It attach those LUNs as a local hard disk. This attach it to a server as a local hard disk. Okay, so that is kind of storage we call it as a block level storage. Block level storage is also in AWS, that is called EBS, elastic block storages. Okay, okay. So then also I explain what is iSCSI and how it is works. So this is how to go for it. Okay, so like that, you open a one particular topic. So go through once. Okay, so one by one, and you have to keep yourself telling. Reading means I put a PPT or a notes, something I keep it in my front of and looking at a mobile phone, read one line and look at somewhere. That is not reading, guys. Reading means you know already, you have to tell. Read like a telling only. Like for example, I forget to prepare my subject to deliver that tomorrow. So what happened? So how to practice? Now how to read it like this. So I will better put anything very easy one. So benefits of serial ATA. So we just look at clumsy, right? So if you don't study earlier, so you don't able to tell, right? But you have to tell, okay? Even though if you don't read it earlier. So how to tell? Just low voltage requirement, lower pin count, higher integration. So I'm not reading line by line. I'm reading only this parts on. Then again, I'm going back. Lower voltage requirement. So serial ATA require only 500 millivolts peak to support you. So that is we don't understand anyway. Some people don't understand. So now all it is lower voltage requirement. The point is made it already. Lower pin count. So we don't require 40 pin here. The 7 pin is this. Okay. So when you are reading it, so this lot of material is there. You want to read it, you read it and forget it. So instead of reading and forgetting it, so better read once and tell once at least, or read like you are telling to someone, explaining to someone. So like that you will understand. You will get yourself question and you will get a clarification in the doubt. Today first we'll start with the ride. Okay, so what is a ride? And yeah, that's it. First of all, we start with the ride. You know already LVM, so no need to go for LVM again. So we'll go to the backups. How much time it is taken for yesterday entire class? Not even a 20 minutes also. Okay.